Hi everybody, Levi Clay here, and I'm back again to do another lesson on soloing over changes. We're not going to be looking at a jazz tune this time, very definitely looking at some sort of Americana, folk, soul, blues, country, lots of things that you could call this, but it comes from the chorus progression on a song called Made Up Mind by the Brothers Landreth. I really like the chord progression in this chorus, so I sat down and transcribed it the other day and sang along to it for a bit and really enjoyed that. And then I thought, wow, what would I do if I needed to solo over this? So I made a little loop and I improvised and put a little video up on YouTube to celebrate hitting 5,000 subscribers. Wow! That was weird. Why did I do that? Who knows? Anyway, here's a clip of that just so you can hear what that chord progression sounds like. We'll come back, I'll explain what the chord progression is and how I solo over it and how you can, really outline chord changes even when you're playing on things that aren't really jazz. So here it is. Okay, so what are the chords on that? Well, what I transcribed the chords as being were a C, and then the chord stays on C, but the bass note moves down to a B flat. We then move to an F chord, and the first time round we have a B flat 7 with a sharp 11 in there. I'm voicing that like this. So that's 6 on the low E, 6 on the D, 5 and 5 on the G and B. I'll just play that for you. So there's that nice melody over the top. Words to that effect. So that's the first time round. The second time round, it plays the same chords as before. C, C over B flat. Move down to an F. Then we've got an F minor. That's the chord progression. So how do we solo over this? I like to think of chords as being sounds in their own right. So the first chord is a C. And over a C, I'm likely to play, well, depending on the style, maybe a bit of triadic playing. I'm playing a lot of things there, but really what I'm thinking of is the sound of C. I talk about triads all the time. That's me thinking of a C triad. All these C triads, and I can play melodies around those. So very much playing C over that. When the chord changes to a C with a B flat in the bass, well, that's very definitely a C7 chord. Because if I take a C triad, and I put a B flat on top of that, literally C7. So I want to indicate that when that chord comes round. So I need to play a line that sounds like C, then to a C sound with a B flat in there. Here's my C. Here's my B flat. One more time, C. So I'm still thinking that same approach, C, but I'm just aware of where that flat 7 is. So having to know where that flat 7 is, very, very important. Those are our first 2 chords. Then the chord changes to F. So again, my perspective needs to change. So if I play a lick that sounds like a C major, here's my C7. Here's my F. Now I'm thinking, I guess I'm playing F7 there. Now what I'm thinking in terms of fretboard skills, I'm seeing these F triads. And I can phrase around those. I've got scales that fit around it, you know, instead of playing, I can play. So that's what I might play on an F. Then things become interesting. We've got a B flat 7 sharp 11. The correct scale to play over that would be the B flat Lydian dominant scale. So again, I can think of that as being B flat, but with that sharp 11. Now here's a little shortcut for you. The B flat Lydian dominant scale is the same notes as F melodic minor. So I could think of that as being F melodic minor. So we've got 4 chords there: C major, C7, F major, F minor, F melodic minor. And then I need to resolve to C. So I know that's a crazy amount to think about, but in terms of improvising over chord changes, that's the way we need to approach doing that. You have to treat each chord as its own thing. And practicing to solo over that doesn't mean just putting on the backing track and just mindlessly playing and hoping that shit sounds good, because shit won't just sound good. You need to really be careful that you're playing a melody that sounds like the chord. So the way I tend to practice that is literally, as you've just seen me doing it, sort of free time, but I'm focusing on always playing the sound of the chord. So I can just go round and play C. Here's my C7. Here's my F major. Here's my F minor. C. C7. Here's my F. Here's my F minor. C. C7 to F. F minor. Resolving to C. So I'm just endlessly playing around that and getting used to playing the actual sound of the chord. And of course you can practice that just worrying about arpeggio notes, and that is a great way to be working on something like this. Just hitting the notes of C. Here's C7. Here's my F. Here's my F minor. Here's my C. Here's C7. Here's my F. Here's my F minor. C. C7. F major. To F minor. And then to my C. So, endless things you can do, and as the chord progression changes, is the magical part, as the chord progression changes from C, B flat, F, B flat 7 sharp 11, on the repeat it's C, C over B flat F, and F minor. So again on that F minor, we can play F melodic minor, and that gives us So I'm just going to play a couple more lines around that chord progression so you can really potentially even transcribe some of these, because that's really the goal here. I'm trying to hear melodies in my head and play them, and you know, a good way for you to get in my head is to transcribe some of these ideas and see what happens. So hopefully this will go okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Not too bad, that works. And I consider stuff like that to be a really good practice session. Stuff like that is great for you as a player, it's great for you as an improviser, good for your thinking side of things, great way to practice, really working on both the ear and your improvisation skills and outlining chord changes. So there we go, that is the end of that little lesson. Lastly, huge thank you to these guys over here. These guys are my $10 plus Patreon supporters. These guys all support me over on Patreon at that magical $10 plus tier. So huge thank you to those guys. They make these videos possible. They make them viable. Really, I should be, working, but this is also work because YouTube is awesome and I love making content for you guys. So huge thank you to you people for supporting this channel. If you would like to support this channel, you can check me out on Patreon actually for as little as $1, and you can do so by clicking this button up here. You can subscribe by clicking this little button down here, and there are 2 more of my videos to check out here and here. Lots of cool content, and hopefully you will find something you enjoy. Thank you so much to all the support that you guys have been giving me in both the comments, likes, shares, and all of the subscriptions. I'm doing loads more videos, so I look forward to seeing you for another one soon. Bye.